All right, homework checker for Wednesday. Which fractions are equivalent to 1/5? So the word equivalent means equal to. So I'm trying to use the fractions that are given to figure out what's equivalent to 1/5. But remember, you have your multiplication chart that you can use to help you reduce. So let's look at 4/20ths. Okay, if I find 4/20ths here, I can see my GCF is 4. So if I divide that by 4/4, 4 divided by 4 is 1, 20 divided by 4 is 5. I get 1/5. So that's equivalent to 1/5. Now watch. If I take 4/20ths and I reduce it all the way down, my fraction that I get in simplest form is 1/5. Okay, the next one, 2/10ths. Let's find that on the multiplication chart. 2/10ths. The GCF is 2/2. Can divide that. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 10 divided by 2 is 5. So that's equivalent to 1/5. So let's see. 2/10ths, reduce it all the way down. Woohoo, 1/5. Okay, 2/15ths. Well, that doesn't have a GCF of anything higher than 1. So that can't be reduced to 1/5. We can cross multiply and see. 5 times 2 is 10. 15 times 1 is 15. Not equal. 12/15ths, let's find that. 12/15ths, the GCF is 3. Divide that by 3/3. 12 divided by 3 is 4. 15 divided by 3 is 5. So 12/15ths is equivalent to 4/5. That is not equivalent to 1/5. So I just showed you a bunch of strategies that you can use when you're comparing or finding equivalent fractions. Next question, 365 divided by 6. So if you're using partial quotients, you can also use your little cheat sheets filled in to help you. So we're trying to figure out how many times can 6 go into 365. So I'm going to solve my little cheat sheet over here and have that ready to go. So when I'm answering these questions, I can figure it out. And this is a good strategy in case you don't know your multiplication facts off the top of your head. This partial quotients is for people who can use what they know. So how many times can 6 go into 365? Well, I have 300 right here. So I can do 50 groups of 6 is 300. Subtract that out. I get 65. So what over here is closest to 65 without going over? 10 groups of 6. So 10 groups of 6 equals 60. Subtract that out. I get 5. Can 6 go into 5? Nope. It cannot. 6 is too big. So I'm all done here. Add up my 50 plus 10, which equals 60. And then I have a remainder of 5. If you were to do this traditionally, you would have the same steps in the sense. 6 can't go into 3. How many times can 6 go into 36? 6 times. 6 times 6 is 36. Subtract that out. 6 can't go into 5. We dropped it down, so we have to put our 0 and our remainder of 5. All right. Next question. What is the LCD of 6/8 and 1/3? So that means if we were to skip count by the denominators, what would the LCD get? The lowest common denominator. So we skip count by 3 and 8. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. And I can stop there because I know 24 has a relationship with 8. 8, 16, 24. LCD, 24. All right, some algebra here. Which of the following statements are not true? So, A, 6 times 27 equals 27 times 6. That's true, because that's the commutative property. But we're looking for which one's not true, so I can eliminate that. B, 10 times 2 plus 4 equals 4 times 6. So let's solve that out. 10 times 2 is 20. Plus 4 is 24. 4 times 6 is 24. That's true. I'm looking for which one's not true. C, 13 plus 3 times 2 equals 26 minus 6. So let's solve that out. 13 times 2 is 6. Excuse me, 3 times 2 is 6. Now we add 13 plus 6. 6, 7, 8, 9, 19. 26 minus 6 is 20. That is not true. That's what we're looking for. So that's a possible answer. And D, 7 times 3 plus 2 equals 20 plus 3. 7 times 3 is 21. Plus 2, 23. 20 plus 3 is 23. That's true. We're looking for which one's not true. All right, questions down below. Which document is still around today and contains the Bill of Rights? It was written by James Madison. Number 2, which document was for the entire country? That's the same answer as the one above it. It was written by James Madison. Number 3, which document was written first? All right, so you're thinking about these documents, and I'll tell you the Constitution was written last. So which of these Virginia documents was written first? It listed all of the rights we have and was written by George Mason.